Well, since I do a lot of policy work, I would say the class that really impacted me the most is torts with Professor Saul Lovemore. I learned the importance of financial incentives and how they can be used as a form of enforcement. And when we're crafting policy at the Sargent Shriver National Center on Poverty Law, I frequently think, okay, how is this actually going to be implemented and enforced, and what financial incentives can we put in place so the law enforces itself. And that is something that, even though tort seems very distant from the public interest work that I'm doing now, those theories definitely come into play in the work that I do. Is the implementation practical, and who's going to be in charge of implementing it and sustaining it and ensuring that policy is efficient and sustainable? Torts seems very, very different than police accountability, but actually ties into each other fairly perfectly. There are moments when he stated, go for the person with the deepest pockets. And that can easily be translated in my work with go for the person that has the most power. If you really want to see a policy change. Well, I do a lot of police reform within Chicago public schools, and how can I ensure that police are adequately trained and that there's systems of accountability? And from that, it's like, okay, well, I need to approach the person that has the most power. In this situation, it was Chicago public schools. So I recently released a report called Handcuffs in Hallways that goes in-depth analysis of the use of Chicago Police Department within Chicago public schools, and really puts the onus on both the police department and the schools to collaborate with each other for reform. I really believe in a method of listening to the community stakeholders, the people that are directly impacted, before you make any policy recommendations. So whenever I do any type of work, I try to connect with community organizations that are really in the trenches of the issues to inform my work. And that is a method that I learned at the University of Chicago Law School, and that you need to engage with the community if you want to find solutions to the issues that they're encountering. Once you've identified those issues and collaborated with the community for solutions, how do you make those solutions sustainable? And that's where that doctrinal information comes into play of, if you want reform, reform needs to be funded. And I think that's the beauty of the law, that it's not siloed areas of law, but you find that things mingle with each other, and you have to be able to kind of see that collaboration.